favorite new to you author that I discovered in 2024. This is another question that I have. I didn't have one. 2023 was eating the fuck up, period. I had TJ Klune, Tiffany D. Jackson. I was eating the fuck up. 2024, I'm starving like Marvin. I ain't gonna cap with you, your girl's starving. It ain't. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber, and if you're new, what's up? In today's video, I'm coming to you guys with a new video, and in this video, as you guys saw from the title, that was Rocky. We're just gonna ignore his little tantrum. But I'm coming to you guys with my mid-year book tag. Okay, I know technically I'm kind of late because I think like July 3rd would have been like the actual appropriate like mid-year point, but I'm recording this on what day? The 7th, so that's not too bad, honestly. But yeah, we're doing the mid-year book tag, okay? And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a heads up. This year, honestly, I'm just gonna say I really hope that the second half of this year really starts hitting, because this first part year of this year has been a struggle in a sense of just reading. I know my goal for this year was to read like 100 books, and baby, I don't know how realistic that goal is going to be for this year, because honestly I haven't been reading a lot of books, honestly, which is crazy. I mean, I have, but at the same time I haven't. And well, I haven't been reading really the books that I've been wanting to read, if that makes sense. So I feel like with some of these questions, the books that I have been reading, they don't really fit into like the questions or nothing like that. But yeah, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up. This video might not be as long as others because I haven't really been reading a lot. I've been doing a lot of schoolwork. Again, if you guys don't know, I'm currently in my master's. I'm in school for my master's, so I've been doing like work and all that stuff. But with all that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so I ended up searching for these questions on, it says the Diary of a Reader. Okay, so I ended up answering the questions here on my tablet. Okay, and so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start right with the questions. So the very first one has best book you've read so far in 2024. I ended up putting The Oath by T.M. Richardson, and then I ended up putting The Last Stop from Innocence by Takara Allen. Okay, I actually talked about these books previously. I believe I talked about them like in one of my monthly wrap-ups. I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact I have. I've definitely talked to you guys about The Oath by T.M. Richardson, which I read on my Kindle. It was on Kindle Unlimited. It's about a woman whose husband is pretty much very sick and he's about to pass away, and it's at this point inevitable. They know it's about to happen, but her husband and her actually like, this is also an erotic book. Let me just give you guys that heads up. It's erotic, okay? And so they went to like sex clubs together before, but now obviously he's sick and he's on his deathbed. He can't obviously go, so he wants her to not like be cooped up in the house crying, sad, all that stuff now that he's about to pass away. So he's like, you should go to the club, you know, by yourself and whatever the case may be. And obviously she doesn't want to go. She knows her husband's about to die. She wants to be by his side, but he's just kind of like, at the end of the day, we know I'm dying and I want you to still live your best life. So she ends up going to the club, but nothing really happens, because when she's about to like start some stuff with a dude, her husband's best friend is actually there at the club too and stops her and tells her she needs to go home. And you know, like, why is her husband's best friend there? You know, because I don't know if any of the other like family members / friends know, other than her cousin, because she actually took her cousin as a +1, pretty much taking up her husband's spot in the little club. Okay, so I don't know, I think that just caught her off guard. But long story short, he does end up passing away, and he pretty much gave her, not her, but his three best friends an oath to pretty much, you know, be with her in the sense of, you know, being a crying shoulder for her, but also being for her sexually. So yeah, your girl got not one, not two, but 3 dudes pretty much, and the smut was immaculate. Honestly, I loved every bit of it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Again, I've talked about this book in a previous video, probably one of my monthly wrap-ups, but I loved it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It gave you all the smut and then some, so yeah. Okay, and then again, the next one that I had was The Last Stop from Innocence. I've talked about that book again with you guys before. This is about a young girl whose mother just passed away. She's passed away right before she's about to go off to college for freshman year, and so she ends up having to move in with her father, which she really doesn't have that big of a bond or a relationship with. So she moves in with him, and he's in New York, I believe. I forgot exactly what part, but they in New York, okay? And so pretty much it starts a young first love New York romance. Pretty much that's what it's all about, because she ends up having this relationship with this guy. I read this earlier in the year, so did I forget his name? Hell yeah. Did I forget her name? Hell yeah. I'm so sorry. I forgot their names. But that's pretty much the premise of it. It's like young love, first love, set in like the 1990s, 1980s, I think. Don't quote me, I think 1990s. And it's like a New York romance. Drama, up to here, baby. Romance, drama, suspense, everything. It's a lot, okay? Truly, honestly, but I loved it. 10 out of 10 recommend, okay? Okay, so now the next question that came up was best sequel you've read so far in 2024. That one, I could only put in place my manga volume, so I ended up putting Assassination Classroom and Heartstopper. So Assassination Classroom, again, I've talked to you guys about plenty of times. I think I'm maybe on the next volume I will hop into would be volume 5, okay? But honestly, that's just the best sequel I've read, which is pretty much about an octopus being a teacher for I don't know the correct words I would say. He's like the teacher for a group of kids that are looked down upon in the school, in the regular school. Like their classroom is all the way up a hill, so they have to travel extra far to get to class. Like the kids at their regular school treat them like trash because they don't make like a certain grade, or they're perceived as not smart. And so you have this octopus yes, an octopus who is pretty much threatening to pretty much destroy the entire earth. But the only catch is they have to kill him before he kills the entire world. So pretty much he's like a teacher for these kids, and they're pretty much trying to kill him while he's teaching them. And they can do whatever. They got guns. It was not real guns that could actually harm them, but it's a gun that can harm the octopus, and they're pretty much trying to find different ways to kill him. They're bringing in other teachers who can now teach other subjects to the kids, but they're also set to try to assassinate the teacher, the octopus, as well. And then they're bringing in extra students and shit. That just, all of it is pretty much about them trying to kill this octopus. But I feel like the more you go on, the more you dive into like the history of him and trying to even figure out like, why do you want to be a teacher for this particular class, and why like what's his whole what's the story, what's the reason for even trying to be like, you know, you get what I'm saying, like a whole, why did he want to be a teacher for this specific class, why is he trying to like pretty much set bomb and destroy the entire planet, you know, you don't really know. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much the premise of it. So that's pretty much what it's all about. And then you got to see like the kids like pretty much coming out of their shell and like beating all the accusations about them, like they're, you know, the accusations about like how they're stupid or all that stuff, and how all the other kids in the regular school and teachers just look down upon them and treat them like utter trash. Even the principal, he's full of shit, okay? He's so full of shit. I hate him so much. But yeah, that would be one of the sequels that I really enjoyed so far in 2024. Then the next one would be Heartstopper. I've already read the new volume, Heartstopper Volume 5. I've already read it. Gave it a 5-star. I think, again, I also talked to you guys about that in one of my monthly wrap-ups, because again, in the beginning, I remember I was kind of like the way that the story was going, it was giving very, very much like 4-star to me, 3.5, but they fixed it up in the end and I gave it a 5-star. I really love that series. It's really good. I highly recommend it. I know it is a Netflix series, but I've never, still haven't watched the show, honestly. But I really enjoy the book, and also I think volume 6 is gonna be the last volume. I'm not sure when that comes out, but I think I've heard that that's gonna be the last one. But it's so good, so I highly recommend that. Okay, so the next one I have is new releases you haven't read yet but want to. Okay, so the first one that I have is Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is a new release that I actually want to read, and the gag is I actually have it. I ended up purchasing it when I was grocery shopping at Kroger's and they had it, so I ended up picking it up. I first hesitated getting it because I ain't gonna count, this might be like my 3rd book of hers that I have yet to like read. Like, I had 2 books before I got this one that I had already had of hers, but I have yet to read it. But for some reason her synopsis sound really good. I just don't know why. I've just never like gravitated towards reading it. I know one of the books I told you guys I wanted to read this summer, which is Beach Read, because I mean it gives all the summer vibes, so I definitely want to read that before the summer ends. But Funny Story, that released around like April, I believe, and it sounded really good. The synopsis was really eating, okay? So I do want to read that. I especially want to read that before, I want to at least knock out 2 Emily Henry books this year. I feel like I have to at this point because I have too many books of hers on my shelf and I have yet to like read it. I just, my TBR looked tacky as fuck. We're not even gonna talk about that. We're not even gonna talk about the fact I still haven't organized my bookshelf since like the time I uploaded those 2 videos of me putting up my bookshelves. We will get there. Okay, the next one I have is Cheeky Brat Volume 9. I actually already have that volume. I just have not, I haven't read it. Do I have it? Hold on. No, I don't have it. But I actually have it in my like cart, in my Amazon cart to purchase it. But I actually stopped from buying it because I still have a couple more I have to read. Like, I haven't read Volume 7, Volume 8. So I was like, let me wait. That was a bar. Okay, let me wait to read those 2, then I'll purchase Volume 9. But yeah, that's definitely one that has already been released that I really want to read this year, which I'm pretty sure I will, because Cheeky Brat is top tier. I love that volume. I mean, I love it so much. I love the series, so I definitely believe I'll be finishing that this year. And then the next one I have is Spy Family Volume 11. Again, that's another one I have no doubt about me finishing this year, especially because I have all of them except for that one. I have Volume 1 through 10, but I kind of need to look back in my reading journal to see exactly where I had left off at, like what volume I stopped at to hop into the next one. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing more I need to explain about because I've always talked about those books here on the channel. But Volume 11, which is out, and I think Volume 12 comes out later on this year as well, but that one hasn't released yet. So just Volume 11 of Spy Family I would definitely be reading this year. And then the next one is The Dangerous Convenience Store, Volumes 1 and 2. Those have already been released. Here's the funny thing. I'm, again, recording this on Sunday, July 7th. I kid you not, I literally just ordered those 2 volumes today. They should be coming tomorrow, July 8th, on Monday. So those may come sooner than the other 2 because I have so many other volumes of those to read before I get to like Volume 9 of Cheeky Brat or Volume 11 of Spy Family. But I just ordered those 2 volumes. They should be coming tomorrow, so I'm very excited. So I'll probably hop into those tomorrow, depending on how the schedule look for me. But yeah, and I talked about that in my 2024 new releases anticipation video. So yeah. Okay, and so the next question is most anticipated release for the second half of 2024. So the first one I have here is Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. Again, this is the second book from The House on the Cerulean Sea. That's how you say it, I believe. Yeah, The House on the Cerulean Sea. Second book. This is the sequel to this book that's coming out September 10th. I already pre-ordered it. Cannot wait. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, best believe you begin a reading vlog of that as well. So I'm so excited. Okay, the next one that I have is Fire in Your Fingertips. Oh, excuse me. Fire in His Fingertips, Volume 5. That's for my smut girly that love little smut erotic manga. That's Volume 5 of that. Y'all, I stay looking up on Amazon like my mangas, trying to figure out when they're coming out and shit. And like, I feel like it's gonna be forever before they come out. I'm so sad. Like, I'm just like, can y'all come on? Can y'all? Like, can we hurry this up? You feel me? Because it's just like, I feel like it's taking forever for some of these mangas to be released. Honestly, it's getting very sad, honestly. For me, at least, it's getting real sad. You feel me? Like, I'm getting real sad at this point. Because I be thinking they coming out. They should have been out. And it's showing me that, baby, these books have not came out. They're not. They have not released yet. Also, I want to say, if it looks a little gloomy in here, sorry. I think it's going to rain today. It's supposed to have rain like today, tomorrow. It's going to rain just today. And it says it's going to start at 5 p.m. But I feel like the clouds are setting in. Because it's not as sunny as it has been. So, sorry if it looks gloomy. I'm trying to get the lighting for y'all so it looks a little good. But who knows, I might have to re-record this video. Because I want the lighting to be hitting. So, but yeah. So, I said Fire in His Fingertips. And then the next one is going to be The Titan's Bride, Volume 4. That one should have been out. I kid you not. Because I looked back at my video of me talking about, like, again, the 2024 releases that I was anticipating for. That should have came out March. So then I looked it back up on Amazon to try to order it. I'm like, okay, period, it's out. Why did the date move to, like, July 30th? Or something. And again, I'm recording this July 7th, so I got to the end of this month to get it. I'm like, I know for a fact I got the date right, because I made sure I put all the dates in that video for each book on when it was going to be released. That should have came out in March or something. March, April, I don't even know. It should have came earlier this year. Now I say it's coming out July 30th. So either they really moved the date back or I got the date wrong. But anyways, The Titan's Bride, Volume 4. That comes out later this month, so I'm excited to get to that. That should have been out. I feel like they be changing the dates on these manga volumes, honestly. Because I could have sworn some of these books should have been out. But yeah, I'm still sitting here waiting like Boo Boo the Fool. But I digress, okay? And then the next one, which is the last one for this question, is The Offer, which is a poly romance by T.M. Richardson. Yes. That's the same author I talked to you guys about The Oath. She's coming out with a second book. Not of the same characters. I will read you guys the synopsis for this one simply because I haven't really talked about this because I had recently just found out that this was coming out from her. This is coming out July 30th. So it's coming out later on this month. I ain't gonna cap. When I was answering these questions and seeing how some of these books have not been released or not coming out till like maybe later this month, I was really having a fit. So I'm just like, why can't I read this now? I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait until the end of the month. It just really, I'm just impatient, y'all. But again, this is called The Offer. This is a poly romance. This is the Secret Series Book 2. This again is after The Oath, which I talked to you guys about before. It says, one faithful night, two Prince Charmings. Okay. Eliza hasn't had the best of luck. Her dream of expanding her salon into a franchise has stalled. Her dating life is non-existent. She spends her nights with wine, takeout, and thriller marathons. Looking to spice up her life, she heads back to the one place she knows will satisfy her desires. Little does she know that one night of passion and a leaked photograph will upend her life in more ways than one. Christoph and Kadeem have been together for years, living and loving under the radar. Their relationship is solid, but they've always felt that someone was missing from their lives. When they think they've met the one at a private sex club, they are intent on making her theirs. Permanently the problem, convincing her that one night will never be enough. Could this be the beginning of a happily ever after, or will their relationship ultimately crash and burn? So that's the synopsis for that. It's, again, 3 characters, Christoph and Kadeem and Eliza. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But Okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, honestly, truly. Like she hits off the like reverse harem. Well, the first one was reverse harem, but this is just a polyamorous relationship. She hits them. I love the first one. 10 out of 10 recommend. If you like some smut, reverse harem, and also two of the guys also being bisexual, so they have their own little sexual connection, you feel me? If you like that, then The Oath is there for you. It's short, simple. It's like 200 something pages, so it's not that long. But you will read that pretty fast because it hits. It hits. It hits. Oh my gosh. How many pages is this one? I think this one is 256 pages, so we're still getting a short book. But okay, I'm very excited for that. So I'm really anticipating on that one. And again, that comes out in July 30th. So later on this month. Okay, it says, the next question is, biggest disappointment of 2024. I put two books. The first book that I put is Just for the Cameras. That one was like a polyamorous relationship, erotic book as well. I had higher expectations for this book. It just didn't hit. It took so long for them to all acknowledge that they wanted to be together, all together, sexually. It took too long for me. Truly, honestly, I ain't have time for that. It was just a tease. Majority of the book was just a fucking tease, and at this point, I had no time. I did not care. Didn't want to deal with it. So, yeah, that was like I was debating if I wanted to put that for this question because, I mean, I don't know if I really had high expectations. I don't know if I said I had high expectations for it. I think I was just really excited because of the premise of it being polyamorous and all that stuff. I was like, oh, yes, I'm excited. You get what I'm saying? But I don't know, like, if I didn't really disclose to y'all like this was like something that, oh my god, 10 out of 10, I cannot wait till this like comes out and stuff like that. I didn't really say that for this book, but I mean, I did kind of go in hoping it was going to be really good because of the premise of it, but it didn't hit for me. So, but this one, I was so excited for you guys. Well, I was so excited really for me to read this because this was an author that I had read the previous book of theirs, and I also talked about this book in my 2024 highly anticipated books. Okay, the first book I read from this author was, of course, none other than Ace of Spades, so I had very high hopes for the second book, which is Where Sleeping Girls Lie. I did a reading vlog for this. I think I gave it like a 3-star, 4-star, and the only reason because the ending of it really ate the fuck up. The ending ate the fuck up, but the middle, big chunk of the middle was a hot fucking mess. I could care less. The book should have been shorter. I still, even though if I did give it a 4-star, I don't know what I gave it, like a 3.54. I don't know what I gave it, but all I know is it's still to me a big disappointment. It's a big disappointment because what I originally rated it going into it, I think I rated like a 4.5 or something, or a 4-star. I think I gave it a 3.5 star or 3 stars. But I rated it higher than, before I started reading it, I rated it higher than what I actually rated it at the end when I finished reading it, pretty much. I had higher expectations for it that just was not delivered. I felt like, again, the middle of the book was just too slow, and I could care less. That damn hamster, oh my gosh, that hamster had a whole spotlight in the damn book. This book had nothing to do about a fucking hamster, y'all, but I digress. So yeah, that was the biggest 2024 as of right now disappointment. Please, for the love of God, don't let the TJ Klune book that's coming out the second half of 2024, don't let it disappoint me, bitch. I swear to gosh, I'm gonna be fighting somebody. That's all I know. I will be fighting someone. So that's that on that. Okay, the next question, it says biggest surprise of 2024. I put it under here. I don't have one. I didn't have a surprise, like a big surprise. I guess like maybe it surprised me. I thought it was gonna be better than what it was. No, excuse me. I thought like the book was better than what I thought it was gonna be. That's pretty much what that means. And I didn't have one. I didn't have a book that like surprised me in the sense like, oh, I didn't think you were gonna be that good, then I hopped into you and then you were immaculate. I didn't have one. I didn't have one. Yeah, I put that, I don't have one with a sad face. Yeah, yeah. And then the next one says favorite new to you author that I discovered in 2024. This is another question that I have. I didn't have one. 2023 was eating the fuck up, period. I had TJ Klune, Tiffany D. Jackson. I was eating the fuck up. 2024, I'm starving like Marvin. I ain't gonna cap with you, your girl's starving. It ain't, nothing has really gravitated towards me as far as the author goes. Why I sounded like that? As far as the author goes, like I haven't like consistently been reading from one specific author because they've been eating, if that makes sense. I've been just dabbling here and there, everywhere, honestly. So I put for that question, I don't have one. The next question, it says newest fictional crush of 2024. Here's the thing, because my reading has been just off this first half of 2024. Honestly, I kid you, I kid you not. I ended up answering this with fictional characters from a video game. Again, if you guys know, you're not new to the channel, I do have a gaming channel that I've talked about plenty of times, and if you're subscribed to my gaming channel, you guys know I'm currently playing Red Dead Redemption. I finished playing Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm hopping into the first one, and so I ended up answering these next two questions actually from characters from that game, because no fictional characters from books I've read have been like a crush for me. So for this, I answered Arthur, Morgan, and Charles from Red Dead Redemption 2. Period. Love me some Charles and love me some Arthur, honestly. So yeah. And then for the next question, it says newest favorite character of 2024. Again, Arthur Morgan, Charles, and Sadie Adler. I love me some Sadie. Bad bitch. Period. Don't disrespect her. She don't play about it, okay? Love them down. Love them down. 10 out of 10 recommend. 10 out of 10 watch the gameplay on my channel, but also just to experience it yourself and play it yourself. 10 out of 10 recommend. I love them so much. Okay? Then the next one, next question, it says book that made you cry in 2024. For this, I just put Last Stop from Innocence. This is about Takira Allen. Again, I talked about this at the very beginning of this video. Snot bubbling, eyes watering, hyperventilating, all of that, and then some. It was, if you know, you know. But highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's not on Kindle Unlimited. You have to pay for it, but I would highly recommend reading it on your Kindle. Cause I think it's like $4.99. I think. Don't quote me, but highly recommend. Okay. And then the next one, it says books that made you happy in 2024. I put nothing. Nothing. Haven't been a book that's just like, ooh, oh my god, I'm just so, every time, like, I don't know, again, like I said, 2023, I was eating up. 2024, starving like Marvin. Like, I've had books that are good. I had some 5 stars, but I don't know, like, they don't live in my soul like the books I read in 2023. I'm talking about Ace of Spades, Monday's Not Coming, House on the Cerulean Sea, Scarred by Emily McIntyre. All of those. 2023. Boy, I don't have nothing like that really. Like, I got some books that I liked, but they don't. I can't give them that title. I can't. I'm gonna charge this first half of 2024, and we're just gonna come back better than ever the second half, because ain't nothing really been popping like that for me, truly, honestly. This first half has been a bust, I will not lie. And the next question is most beautiful book you've bought or received in 2024. Don't got one. Don't have one. Like, nothing that just captivates me. I don't think I've really had a book cover like that since I Got Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, and that was like years ago. To me, that's still my top favorite cover of a book. And again, I got that like 2018, 2017. That's a long ass time ago. So, I mean, the yellow on that melanin, period. It just, to me, has been my favorite cover. I don't have any other covers really that has just like pulled me like that one has. But I don't really, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love me a nice cover, but they ain't did nothing for me. Yeah, no, well, Yeah, no. None really. And then the last question, it says, what books do you really need to read by the end of the year? I said a lot of my new manga that I purchased, and pretty much just my whole damn TBR. Like, I couldn't even give you a specific book because, baby, I got so many books on TBR, and it is ridiculous. I'm looking at 4 books that I bought from Books A Million last year, like the later half of last year, that I bought specifically because it was on a deal. Ain't picked up not one damn book. Ain't picked up not one damn book from that series. It's a 4-book series. I got all the books in the series. Ain't picked not one book up. But I've had it since the like later half of last year. So like just put it on my TBR. Honestly, I can't give you a specific book. I can't. My TBR is a hot fucking mess. And then I just bought, you know, what was that? Was that later last year too? I did all the manga unboxing from Crunchyroll and everything. Like some of them I got to get into. Cause yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. Just though I got a lot of books on my TBR I need to read, but yeah. But anyways, you guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is like my first like official booktube video since, you know, coming back, getting back into the grind. Also on this new camera, this is on my Sony ZV-E10 with the Sigma lens, okay, period. So I hope you guys enjoyed, okay. If you did, please make sure you give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Also make sure you turn your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.